Good morning, students. One question was asked in doubt in comment section, so that I am going to explain. The question was, in the given figure, the bisectors of angle A and angle B meets at point P. If angle C is 100 degree and angle D is 60 degree, find the measure of APB. Here is the figure. ABCD is a quadrilateral where angle C is 100 degree and angle D is 60 degree. AP and BP are bisectors. Bisector means a line which divides an angle into two equal parts. Or if the line is dividing a line segment, then in that case it means it is dividing the line segment into two equal parts. But here it is given if AP is the bisector of angle A. So that means AP is dividing the whole angle A into two equal parts. That means this part and this part will be equal. Similarly, BP is the line segment which is dividing the whole of angle B into two equal parts. So that means this part that I have highlighted, this part and this which I have not highlighted, that both are equal. The meaning is this. Now, first of all, if you are solving this type of questions, you have to write what is given and what you have to find out. It should have a clear picture in your mind that what is given in the question and what you have to find out or what you have to prove. I have written here AP and BP are the bisectors. Angle C is 100 degree and angle D is 60 degree. We have to find angle APB. Now the solution is, first angle sum property of a quadrilateral we are using here, that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equals to 360 degree. The reason why you have written this statements, here you need to write the reason also why you have written this. Hence, because it is angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Now angle A plus angle B, put the value of C and D which is already given. So I have put here. Now add 100 plus 60 degree and from that side it will go and we have to subtract. So after solving this, we will get the value of A plus B is equals to 200. Now because we want only half of A, because only we want this part, so that means this we will get when we will divide angle A by 2. Because AP is a bisector, so suppose if angle A is 120 degree, so that means its half will be 60 degree. So I'm just supposing that. So because we need only this part, so therefore we will divide this whole equation by 2 so that we can get the value of half of angle A. So when you will divide the whole equation and whatever operation you are applying in LHS, that should be applied in RHS also. So half of angle A plus half of angle B is equals to 200 by 2. So that is equals to 100 degree. That means half of angle A plus half of angle B is equals to 100 degree. Now observe this triangle APB. In this triangle you have to apply angle sum property of a triangle. So angle sum property means all the three angles you have to add it. So when you will add, the result will be 180 degree. That is angle sum property. So I have written here angle APB plus half of angle A, only this part, half of angle A, only this part, that is equals to 180 degree. And the value of this is 100. Already we have calculated. So substitute this value over here and then you will get the value of angle APB as 80 degree. This question was also asked by one of the students. So how to prove that sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree? So here is the proof. Sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So you have to write here given is triangle ABC. To prove that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. That means this angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree, that we need to prove. Now for certain proofs we require some sort of construction for our support so that we can prove. So here one construction is done, that is draw a line L parallel to BC. So that means like this line L and BC are parallel to each other. Now let us start proof. L is parallel to BC. So therefore, AB will act as a transversal. Now angle 1, this angle and this angle will be equal. That means angle 1 is equals to angle B because they are alternate interior angles. This you have studied in class 7 parallel lines. Similarly, if L is parallel to BC, then AC is transversal. If AC is transversal, then angle 3 is equals to angle C. The same reason, alternate interior angles. And also you can see here angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. They are forming linear pair. That means when you will sum up these, you are getting one straight line. So you are getting straight line, and straight line is of 180 degree. So therefore I have written here angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equals to 180 degree. They are forming linear pair. Linear pair means sum of all these angles, they are forming a straight angle. Now put in this equation, put the values of angle 1 and 3 as B and C, and let us see what result you will get. So in this equation, in place of 1 I have put B, and for angle 2 is equals to angle A, and angle 3 is equals to C. So because they are equal, a reason is already given, so I have put here C. So this is, and again then I have arranged. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degrees. So therefore sum of all the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, and this is also called angle sum property of a triangle. Now I am giving you a few questions which is on quadrilaterals that you have to solve. And apart from that, now today I'm going to explain the difference between these two quadrilaterals. This ABCD is a square and PQRS is a rectangle. So what is the difference between these and what is the similarity, that we will discuss, and one question I will be asking in the end. And I want all of you to answer that question in comment section, so that I can understand that you have understood. If you have understood, then we will continue with the next quadrilateral, next members of the quadrilateral. Okay, so let us start with squares. As I told you, this is a polygon of 4 sides. So this is also a quadrilateral. That means if ABCD is a quadrilateral, so it will possess all the features of quadrilateral or all the properties of quadrilateral. That is, it has 4 sides, 4 angles, sum of all the angles will be 360 degree. So this square will also have the same property, and rectangle will also have the same property of quadrilateral. Now the special property of the square is that all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal. That means AB is equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to DA. All the sides are equal and each angle is equal to 90 degree. Opposite sides are parallel. That means AB is parallel to DC. Again, BC and AD are also opposite. So opposite sides are parallel. So that means BC is parallel to AD and AB is parallel to DC. So this is the main property of square. What is the main property? That is, all the 4 sides are equal. So I have discussed all the properties of square. Now come to rectangle. In rectangle also, opposite sides are parallel. That means PQ is parallel to SR and PS is parallel to QR. This is property which is similar to square. Then why can't we call a rectangle as a square? Because in rectangle, all the sides are not equal. Only opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. That means PQ is equals to PR. Means if the length of PQ is 5 centimeters, so SR will be 5 centimeter. Similarly, PS is equals to QR. So the measure of PS will be equal to the measure of QR. So this is the property of rectangle. and hence all the four angles will be, each angle will be of 90 degree. One more similar property between the square and rectangle is that the diagonal AC, diagonal means joining the opposite vertex. So when you will join A and C, B and D, you will get diagonal AC and diagonal BD. So in square, diagonals are equal. That means AC is equals to BD. Similarly, in rectangle also diagonals are, that is PR will be equal to QS. So these are the properties of square and rectangle we have discussed. Now today's question is, can we, that you have to answer in comment section, can we call a square as rectangle? Can we call a rectangle as square? Why or why not? So this question you have to answer. I am repeating it. Can we call square a rectangle? Can we call a rectangle a square as a square? Why or why not? Please write answer. Please write your answer so that I can understand you have understood or not, and solve all the questions which I am enclosing with this video. Thank you. This much for today.